there, what's up everybody? Welcome back. My name is Julie Godot and this is Elite Weather Forecasting, and we're going to talk about the weather forecast coming up for your Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So yes, we're going to get you ready to end your work week and get into the weekend, and I hope you guys are all having a good day today on your Wednesday, as it's very hot for many of you out there. It's a lot of oppressive humidity down across the southeast and the Midwest as well down into Texas. You guys, I really feel for you today. We saw those temperatures in the 90s here across Minnesota yesterday. It's cooled down into the 80s today, in the upper 70s, but we are dealing with severe weather this afternoon as there's a really loud thunderstorm taking place right now as I record this video. So I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder sometimes when it claps, but a pretty impressive thunderstorm. I'm in here making this video instead of out there checking out my storm. But anyway, it is what it is. Things got to get done for you guys. So with the sacrifices we make, but it's all right. It's all right. I got nothing but love for you. I do this for you guys. So anyway, as we talk about the channel here, and go ahead, leave your likes, your comments. Let me know what city and state you're in and what is the weather like where you are. And if you have any weather questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section. And you can also subscribe here on the YouTube channel as well. So we really do appreciate that, because we're trying to make this a thing and we want to grow the channel. So I appreciate your help with that. And as we're moving right along here, let's jump into what's behind me over my shoulder here. And this cute little town is Fargo, North Dakota. And Fargo is our city of the day. Yes, to our neighbor just to the northwest in North Dakota there. And the wonderful city of Fargo. We all know Fargo because of the movie Fargo, right? Isn't that a great movie? That was an awesome movie. I remember that movie. I love that movie. So Fargo gets to be our city of the day. And Fargo is the home of North Dakota State University. And I know there's a person that's been chatting with me on our videos in the comment section who's interested in becoming a meteorologist. And for that young lady, North Dakota State has an excellent meteorology program. So if you want to study meteorology, it's kind of odd, North Dakota and weather, but yeah, you can study meteorology at North Dakota State University. And the University of North Dakota in Minot also has a meteorology program that you could partake if you want to study meteorology. And the other thing that's nice about Fargo is that it has a Native American and Midwest History Museum that you can also go over there and check out and see artifacts of Native American artifacts and pioneer culture from North Dakota as well. And there's also an air history museum where you can check out some of the vintage aircraft from World War II and earlier aircraft. So just a little piece about Fargo, North Dakota, that there is a little bit of something to see and do there. So if you're visiting here in the upper Midwest and you're driving down 94, you're going over there and check that out. All right. So now let's talk about our national radar and take a look at where we're seeing showers and storms taking place through parts of the Midwest and the northern plains right now. Here we are as we're taking a look at the national radar, and it's not that busy right now, but where it is busy, it is busy. And we're talking about here across the northern plains through Wisconsin and Minnesota. We're seeing showers and thunderstorms right now, as we're currently experiencing thunderstorms here in the Twin Cities at this time, where we'll be seeing that severe weather here through southeastern Minnesota, Wisconsin, and parts of Iowa as well is going to be one of our two focuses for severe weather today. Some more showers and thunderstorms here across the northern plains of Montana. So we got the high country here, Montana, where we're seeing some more rain, where they're not really needing any rain, especially right in here where Yellowstone is, where they've seen some really bad flooding there through Wisconsin, and we're going to cover some of that flooding later on in the video. And they've been forced to shut down Yellowstone National Park for a time here, and we're going to see more showers and storms down through the Midwest here, down into the parts of the Mississippi Valley, down along the Gulf Coast, where we're seeing some thunderstorms, where water spouts is going to be possible with some of that severe weather along the southeast here this afternoon. We're going to be seeing those thunderstorms taking place down there across the Gulf Coast, and we're seeing a lot of hot weather here through the plains and the desert southwest and into the interior Rockies here. We're going to be seeing a lot of that hot weather in place, where we're going to see a lot of 90s and our triple digits down here in Arizona and the deserts of California. Through the Central Valley as well, we're seeing a lot of heat taking place, and over into Texas, you're certainly no slouch down there with that triple digit heat. And that is a look at our national radar. Now it's time for your weather today. All right, as we look at your weather today, we're going to get started with our watches and hazards as we do every day. This daily feature of this program, and the big thing we're talking about is that heat. So we got a lot of heat advisories in place, excessive heat warnings also here through much of the Midwest. So we're talking through parts of Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, into parts of Pennsylvania and Michigan, down through Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Florida. So we got all these heat warnings and excessive heat and everything in place. More excessive heat down here across parts of Arizona and into southeastern California there, where we're seeing those temperatures here exceed 115 degrees. And we got wind here across the northern plains of Montana and the Dakotas. High wind warnings and high wind advisories in place through parts of the northern plains. And that is a look at our watches and hazards across America right now. And we're going to take a look at our 7-day forecast for Fargo, North Dakota. So as we take a look at what's going on across Fargo, we got a lot of nice weather out here to be had for the next couple days at least. Temperatures in the upper 70s. It's going to slowly go up through the mid 80s on Friday, but Saturday it really gets out of hand and it's 99 degrees. And you see for your Sunday and Monday, it's going to be a real problem with some humidity as well. Temperatures in the low 100s, so 104 for your Sunday, 101 for Monday, but you will start to see some afternoon thunderstorms there through Fargo on your Monday as you see those temperatures in the triple digits. You fall back to 88 on Tuesday, so a little bit of relief there for you guys, but you do get about 2 or 3 days of some excessive heat. Sure, that's going to make some headlines for you folks over there in Fargo, North Dakota for your end of the week and through the weekend and into next week. So that is your 7-day outlook for Fargo. And let's take a look at some of the severe weather issues here through parts of the Midwest. So Wisconsin is really going to be slapped upside the head today by that severe weather, where we're going to be seeing numerous severe thunderstorms, where we have that enhanced risk for severe weather here. So if you say Green Bay, Sheboygan, Oshkosh, through Portage, as well as Madison, the state capital there, you guys are going to be dealing with that severe weather. Toma, Wausau, Rainlander, so a lot of severe weather for you guys today. And let's see what the details are. So we're going to see those severe storms possible today from mid-afternoon through the late evening hours, approximately between 3 p.m. and 11 p.m., where you guys are going to see those storms strong, those storms that's going to be riding along that cold front and back from northwest to southeast across the area. So the orange area is that enhanced risk, and you're going to be seeing those stronger storms and most likely to occur and be more numerous. So what's possible here? We're talking some damaging wind gusts, very large hail, isolated tornadoes, heavy downpours, and flash flooding. I think that flash flooding and the rainfall is going to be the biggest issue, and then that large hail, damaging winds, and I think the tornadoes is going to be the least of your worries, but you will have to be watchful for those tornadoes, and we have that slight risk and that enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms through the state of Wisconsin there. And we got heat issues as well to talk about. This is going to be down in the Atlanta area. So we're going to take a look at what's going on across Atlanta today, where we do have the excessive heat warning in place. And the excessive heat, well, those heat indexes, this is what it feels like. That humidity with those high temperatures is going to make it feel like it's over 110 degrees. So you do have that heat advisory. The heat index is values of 105 degrees expected. Extreme heat and humidity will significantly increase the potential for heat-related illnesses, particularly for those working or participating in outdoor activities. So remember what I've been talking about here lately, taking it easy out there in the heat. Have your head covering, a lot to drink, even if you're not thirsty. Please stay hydrated and take frequent breaks if needed. Go down, sit down somewhere in the cool and relax and get air conditioning as quickly as possible, as that heat out there is really brutal. It's obnoxious. It's really obnoxious. And here, our other area that we tend to focus on is the desert Southwest. So we got Phoenix and the Tucson area. You guys are going to be dealing with excessive heat. And you see those high temperatures, 110 to 115 degrees in the desert and 100 to 110 in the foothills. So if you say in the foothills of Phoenix or Tucson, like the Catalina foothills, temperatures between 100 and 110. Overnight lows are going to be the mid 80s to near 90 degrees, and it's going to be widespread heat out there through the desert southwest of Arizona. So that's pretty obnoxious. Please take your precautions and stay hydrated, even if you're not thirsty. And if you're not feeling well, seek shade, get inside, and possibly even call 911 and check the back seat. If you brought children or your pets along, make sure you don't leave them in the car. And if you can't take them inside where you're going, leave them at home where they'll be safe and comfortable in your AC of your home, okay? All right, and I'm going to keep talking about this because it's been a real problem out there. Now, the other issue has been the flooding taking place through parts of Yellowstone National Park. And what they've been dealing with is they've had a lot of snow, and there's been a lot of rainfall lately, and that rain has been melting the snow and accelerating the snow melt, and it's been overwhelming the Yellowstone River out there. And here's a couple of videos of uh, that runoff and that flooding taking place through Yellowstone.
Oh my gosh. Holy. This bridge is gonna collapse. We are not getting home. Holy. I missed it by a half second. Oh my. Holy. I missed it by a half. Oh my gosh. That was our way home.
So we saw that really horrible flooding down through Yellowstone National Park. Shout out to whoever built that house. Man, that house is very well constructed. I mean, it stayed intact going down the river here. It was on a cliff, and it got pulled off the side and carried out down the river, and it stayed intact. So a very well constructed house there. All right, so let's take a look at, I want to show you a video that I took for my camping trip over the weekend in central Minnesota, where we were at the St. Croix State Park. Very, very beautiful park here, and I want to show you a short clip of what I took of the Kettle River over there where we were camping at. Very beautiful place, so check this out. All right, how beautiful is that? The Kettle River in Minnesota near the Wisconsin border there, that kind of feeds into the St. Croix River as we were near that junction as well, where this river flows into the St. Croix River. But it was a very beautiful place. We camped out over there at the St. Croix State Park. As you can see, Minnesota is a beautiful state. Beautiful, beautiful state, especially as you head north and west towards Duluth and the North Shore there. Beautiful place. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. If you're ever going to camp anywhere, come camp here in Minnesota. You can come and go fishing. The mosquitoes, though, the mosquitoes, that's a whole nother story. We won't get into the mosquitoes because they're bastards and we don't really like them too much. But anyway, that was a beautiful time we had this weekend. I just wanted to share that with you guys. We're going to end this segment on something positive without all that destruction going on over there in Yellowstone. So now let's talk about our national weather forecast. So let's jump into that right now. And we talked a lot about this severe weather here across the northern plains and the upper Midwest through Wisconsin, through parts of Michigan and Illinois and Iowa and Minnesota here. We're going to be seeing that severe weather. Heavy rainfall is going to be the primary threat. 70-mile-per-hour plus winds and some quarter-inch size hail is also going to be possible, with a couple tornadoes could pop up out there as well through the northern plains. So please watch this video and pay attention to your local weather conditions, as things can change rapidly out there. And we'll see some more severe weather down here across the southeast to the Gulf Coast, where water spouts is going to be possible down there along the Gulf Coast. So between New Orleans and Tallahassee, Florida here, pay close attention to what's going on with your weather conditions, as those water spouts do come on shore and become weak tornadoes or land spouts down there along the Gulf Coast. And you're going to be seeing heavy rainfall, some high winds, and some hail as well down here along the southeast. But we will see thunderstorms from the tip of Florida through the mid-Atlantic states, through parts of the northeast, just west of New England there. We're going to be seeing that thunderstorms as well. More thunderstorms will extend through parts of the Midwest and the Great Lakes and the upper Midwest here, going all the way down through Kansas, where we can see some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, and as well over into the northern high plains of Montana and North Dakota, over towards the parts of the Pacific Northwest. A few showers and a couple of snowflakes is also possible in the higher elevations, but the heat will be on here across Texas and the desert Southwest and the Intermountain West. As things start to heat up out there, we're going to start to see those 90s area-wide, triple digits down here across the deserts and through the state of Texas, and a couple scatterings of triple digits here through the Midwest and parts of the Appalachian Mountains. So if you're saying like Louisville or southern Illinois, southern Indiana, you guys can see temperatures top off at that 100-degree mark. So that is a look at your Wednesday weather forecast. Let's talk about your Thursday. Now, your Thursday gets a little bit interesting here across the desert Southwest, as we can see signs of the summer monsoon gonna get set up here. It's not really yet, but sometimes you get little previews of the monsoon and some moisture will creep in there. So maybe a slight chance of a thunderstorm there through parts of New Mexico and southeastern Arizona. You might pick up an afternoon thunderstorm. I suspect a lot of this will be dry, and you might see a haboob. We might see some dust storms from some of these thunderstorms where the rainfall will not make it all the way to the ground, so you'll just be left with gusty winds that can kick up a lot of dust and kick off some dust storms, especially down there around Tucson. That's really common this time of the year before the monsoon season really gets going. You can tend to see a couple hot boobs kick off down there, and we'll see those thunderstorms extend through parts of the central plains into the Midwest here and on over to the Northeast, where we're going to see that severe weather, where our hail and damaging winds are going to be the main threats for that area. Maybe a tornado might be possible here through parts of Ohio and through parts of the western sections of the Midwest, the eastern side of the Midwest here. As you get into steel and coal country, you might see a tornado through Wisconsin. I know I saw videos, not Wisconsin, but Ohio. I saw some Ohio tornadoes and Indiana a couple days ago from some severe weather. So you guys might get a repeat of that for your Thursday out there. And we're going to see thunderstorms all the way from New Brunswick, Canada, through Maine, down the eastern seaboard, through Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, D.C., Wilmington, Delaware, all the way down through North Carolina, parts of South Carolina. Then it'll pick up in South Georgia, Florida, at the Gulf Coast, through parts of the Tennessee Valley and the Appalachian Mountain Range, into the southern Mississippi Valley, where we're going to be seeing some scattered thunderstorms as well for your Thursday. We'll see dry weather across Texas for the most part, but maybe here in East Texas, a straight thunderstorm is certainly not out of the question for you guys. But that heat will be in place here across the West and California as we see those triple digits, and those temperatures near 100 degrees will rise all the way into the Dakotas for your Thursday, and Montana, as you guys can also see temperatures in the 90s to near 100 degrees. And here's a look for your Thursday weather forecast, or your Friday here. So your Friday here, we got this cold front, this warm front, this frontal boundary that extends from the northern Rockies all the way across the Central Plains, through the Midwest, into the Northeast. And it's going to be the focus for several areas for some showers and thunderstorms here in the Northeast. So we got Maine through Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island, Delaware, New Jersey, New York City. You guys might be dealing with some showers and thunderstorms as a result of that frontal boundary. You'll see some more storms here along the East Coast as the tropical moisture is being fed in around the Bermuda High out here. We got another area of high pressure here across the plains that's pumping things off the Gulf of Mexico. So we're going to see more showers and storms here along the Gulf states, from Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, into Virginia. But that's all going to be scattered, maybe isolated to widely scattered. Not a whole lot of rainfall here. Just some scattered afternoon storms in the afternoon heat there. So just be mindful and on the lookout for any of that kind of activity. And again, on your Friday, that moisture here across the desert Southwest, that preview for that summer monsoon. We may see those thunderstorms near the California border here. So Phoenix and Tucson could see an afternoon storm out there across the desert Southwest in that afternoon heat. New Mexico as well. So Albuquerque down into Santa Fe, Deming, Lawrenceburg, along I-10, I-40, I-25. You're going to be dealing with the possibility of an afternoon thunderstorm. So that is the look at your three-way weather forecast. Here's a look at those temperatures. And we still see that cooler weather here across the northern Rockies. But guess what? Guess what? That is coming to an end. So you're going to see those temperatures in the 50s and 60s there today across the Rockies and the Pacific Northwest. We're going to see nice weather here across the northern plains through Minnesota and Wisconsin. Nice temperatures, at least. Temperatures in the 70s, but you are dealing with that severe weather once again here across the northern plains. We'll see those temperatures in the 80s here across the Pacific, the Northeast into Maine, 70s, and it's going to gradually increase to the 80s as you head further south. We're going to see those 80s, 90s kick in here through the Ohio valleys, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, down through the Carolinas, the southeastern seaboard. We're seeing those temperatures of 101 there through parts of South Carolina. We're seeing that 99 in Atlanta. We're seeing that temperatures in the upper 90s here through by Birmingham, Alabama. And we're seeing those temperatures also in the 90s here through the state of Florida. And those 90s will extend all the way into Texas and the high plains here, where we're going to be seeing temperatures near 100 degrees in Tulsa, Oklahoma City as well. We're going to be seeing those temperatures in the upper 90s through Texas. It's actually a little bit cooler here across Texas because of our storm system to the north there that's bringing this cooler air. So it's also cooling you down in Texas if you want to call 98 degrees cooler today. I mean, so 98 as opposed to 105, 107, 108. So we're guys going to take that 98 as a brief cool down that you're going to be seeing down there across Texas, as well as the desert Southwest. as it's only 106 in Phoenix right now as opposed to 115. So that's what we're seeing out there for your Wednesday as far as high temperatures is concerned. And for your Thursday highs, we're going to see that heat come back. So here it comes, 112 in the desert Southwest, Phoenix, 109 in Yuma, 109 in Tucson as well. So that heat's starting to crank back up, and we're still going to be in the upper 90s to just cracking 100 in San Antonio out here in Texas, 97 for you folks in Houston, 92 in New Orleans. So we're going to see those 90s and low 100s continue through the Appalachians and the Southeast, the Eastern Seaboard, the Florida Peninsula, and the Panhandle. And we're going to see those temperatures remain in the 90s through parts of the Midwest and the Plains and over into the Rockies now. So we're starting to see those temperatures burst into the 90s through Denver and Salt Lake City as well. We're starting to see those 90s into Nevada, even creeping into Idaho. We're seeing those temperatures in the upper 80s, lower 90s, and through parts of Oregon as well. So that hot and heat is starting to move through the Rockies, heading out toward the west again, because it's going to set us up for the next heat wave this weekend. So this weekend, we're going to be dealing with a lot of heat out there. Here is your Thursday, your Thursday and Friday temperatures. We are going to be seeing those temperatures for Friday out there, as we're going to be seeing those 70s here in the Northeast. Nice weather for you guys. But as you move south, things heat up. So as you get down to the Carolinas, you're going to really start to see those 90s kick into place. 100 again over here for you folks down here in South Carolina. We're going to see those 90s in here through Georgia, as well as through Mississippi and Alabama. Those temperatures in the upper 90s. Again, through the state of Florida, those 90s also will continue. We're going to see a little bit of a cool off here through the northern plains and the Great Lakes area as things cool down to the 50s over the Lake Superior. But we will see those 70s onshore through Wisconsin and Michigan here, as well as Minnesota. You're going to see those temperatures in the mid 80s as you're going to start to warm up from the southwest, as that heat and humidity builds in from the southwest and will start to overtake the plain states and the high plains and the Midwest on Friday. As you can see, we're going to see those temperatures in the hundreds here in Kansas. We're going to start to see hundreds, near 100s in Nebraska, and those 90s through South Dakota as well. So that heat is definitely going to start to build in, because by Sunday and Monday, many folks across the Midwest and the plains are going to see temperatures in the triple digits area-wide. So that is a look at the national weather forecast. Now here's our severe weather outlook. And in our severe weather outlook, again, we'll quickly go through this since we've already talked about it, but our severe weather here are enhanced risks for severe weather across Wisconsin, mainly there, and we're also going to be seeing that severe weather down in the southeast. So some of our metro areas dealing with severe weather are enhanced risk, where you're going to see those numerous severe storms and maybe even deal with some tornadoes. Is going to be Madison, Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Appleton, Wisconsin, Oshkosh, and as well as in okay, so let me get it together here. We're going to be dealing with our slight risk in the yellow with scattered severe storms. Maybe a tornado also is going to be possible. We got Charlotte, North Carolina, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Atlanta, Georgia, Greensboro, North Carolina, as well as Birmingham, Alabama. So you guys are going to be seeing that severe weather. And in our dark green, this is our marginal severe weather. We got Chicago, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., as well as Kansas City. So a lot of the big cities are going to be in that marginal risk for severe weather. We're talking about 62 million people in that marginal risk, but there's at least 3 million people that's going to be in that enhanced risk in Wisconsin. Here is your Thursday severe weather outlook. And folks in the yellow, that's going to be dealing with that slight risk for severe weather. We are talking Columbus, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, New York, Rochester, New York, and Akron, Ohio. So we got about 20 million people that's going to be in this region right here dealing with those scattered severe storms. And in the dark green here and here, we are going to be talking about Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., Kansas City, Missouri, and Cleveland, Ohio. So you guys need to be out on the lookout for isolated severe storms. Tornadoes is not really going to be a threat for you folks, but if you're in the areas in the yellow, an isolated tornado is certainly possible in your weather forecast for your Thursday out there. So for your Friday, we don't have any slight risk, and we just have this marginal risk here from the mid-Atlantic states and into the Appalachians. And we are talking about locations Charlotte, North Carolina, Nashville, Virginia Beach, Raleigh, as well as Louisville. You guys will be in that marginal risk for severe weather. Tornadoes is not going to be a problem for you guys, but some hail and some wind will be with some of those thunderstorms on your Friday out there. So that is the look at your tropical weather, your severe weather outlook. Now let's talk about your tropical. Our tropical outlook. Tropical is starting to look a little bit more active here, and we do have this invest area here. Invest number one. We have this here that's going to be about 20% chance that it's going to develop into something over the next 48 hours. It's right here just off the coast of Nicaragua, and that's going to be hanging out down there for the next couple of days. We'll have to keep an eye on that because it's possible that it's going to move out to here to near Cuba and the Dominican Republic and Jamaica here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that guy if it develops into something there across the Caribbean Sea. And in our Pacific side, we have a hurricane. Yes, we have Hurricane Blas right here, which is a Category 1 hurricane with maximum sustained wind of about 75 miles per hour. And then we have another tropical disturbance here just off the coast of El Salvador, where we could see about a 60% chance of further development over the next 48 hours. So we'll keep an eye on that guy as well. And it's probably going to follow the same path that Blas is taking right now. And here's a little bit more information about Blas. Blas is 75 miles per hour, Category 1 hurricane. As you can see, we do have our hurricane. This is the projected path it's going to take over the next few hours, the next few days here. So it's going to remain a hurricane all the way until about 7 a.m. Saturday. So we're talking about this is probably going to strengthen, maybe hit major hurricane status. It's possible that it can hit Category 3, but it's not going to affect any land masses, but it will affect shipping interests down here, and it will affect if you are surfing. So folks along the shorelines, Southern California, Ensenada, La Paz, Mexico, and if you're down here near Guadalajara and southwestern Mexico, you may see an increased wave action along the coast as that storm is kicking up high swells down there off the coast of Mexico as Hurricane Blas makes its way toward the northwest. So this is the path and the timetable that it's going to take. It's going to retreat back down to a tropical depression by 7 a.m. Monday because it's cooler waters out there, then it's not warm enough to sustain a hurricane, because we know hurricanes need a minimum temperature of 80 degrees down a couple hundred meters in the water there to provide that energy for a hurricane to sustain itself. And that is a look at our 3-day weather forecast. My name is Dooley Godot. Thanks for watching me today. Leave your likes, leave your comments in the comment section. Talk about the weather in your area and what city and state you're from so I can leave it and use it for a city of the day and future weather forecasts. And leave your follow or subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. So if you're new here, please don't leave here without subscribing, and check out as much of the video as you can as I try to make it interesting for you guys. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Have a great and safe day out there, and remember to keep cool.